is Tanya, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another speed build. Today I am back with another small family home, and I believe this house features 2 bedrooms, which are both upstairs, and 2 bathrooms, all of the main living areas you would expect. And it's actually, I took all the screenshots in autumn, but I kind of had this house in mind for being usable in all the seasons because, I mean, you're going to experience them all in game anyway. I just kind of thought it would be nice to theme it around autumn a little bit, or just make the colors a little bit warmer on the inside and on the outside. I just thought those colors were very autumnal and that it would look really cute in the screenshots if I took them in autumn. So that's why it's called the Autumnal Abode, and yeah. But I think this is a really cute family home. It is not affordable at all, but it is a limited pack build. I know a couple of you guys had asked me to do another one of these, and so I thought I would go ahead and do that, especially for a smaller build. And it is 99% seasons and base game. There is one item that I used twice that is from cats and dogs. So it is a very limited pack build. The only items in this that are from cats and dogs are 2 of the awnings that are on the outside of the house. So if you don't have cats and dogs but you have seasons and base game, it's not going to affect functionality at all. There will be 2 missing items that you won't even realize are missing. I mean, I don't know, would it automatically replace it with the awnings that we got with seasons? Possibly. But it's a limited pack build, and I didn't originally have that in mind when I started, and then I started realizing I was using mostly seasons and base game, and I was like, you know what, let's go with it. And I thought it was actually a really fun idea, and kind of got to do one of the things some of you guys have been suggesting, because I like to do that when I can, when it sounds fun to me, and I hope you guys like it. So this is pretty much what the outside looks like, with the exception of we add kind of like a greenhouse area, but I don't like, it has some planters in it, but I didn't imagine it as really that much of a greenhouse. It was more like just a chill place to hang out, and there's a couple of plants in there. It's off of the living room. We're adding it on right here, and we add a little glass roof over it, and then it's kind of right below a balcony that comes off of the hallway on the upper floor, which I thought was really cool. And we mess around with the colors of the house a whole bunch of times, and it takes me a long time. I think I cut out a lot of the color choosing and window choosing because I spent forever on it, but I think it came out okay in the end. It's very brown, which is a color I'm trying to use more of because I feel like I was excited to use the brown windows here because a lot of times I use white windows for everything. Always white windows and white trim. And so I've been trying to stick away from that. So I feel like lately a lot of my builds have had brown or black trim, and I've been trying to use not white windows, but white windows just look so good. I think that's just because growing up, all of the houses that I would see anywhere had white windows. So I naturally am like, oh, white windows, that's what they should have. I also used some of the curved roofs here, which was really fun to do. And just messing around with that, finalizing the outside shape. But while we are doing that, I just wanted to rant a little bit about this. So I have started and almost completed like 4 builds over the last couple of weeks. One of which was for this week and was supposed to be posted today. But I keep having this issue where I start a build, I get almost done with it, and then I decide I hate it, and I scrap it. Like, I don't, like, delete it, I never fully finish it. It's, like, almost finished, and I never fully finish it, and so I never post it. I have so many of those, and I don't know what the problem is, but that's what I felt like about the build I was going to put up this week. I think it was just because it was too big of a house, and I thought the floor plan was awful, but maybe at some point I will finish that. I have a couple other builds like that. But in the meantime, I did this house, and I love how this one came out. And that's something that I really want to do, like focus on, is posting content that I really enjoyed making and like am proud of. And this one I think came out so cute. I love this kitchen, especially for like a pretty much base game kitchen. I think it's really, really, really cute. So we have this little island here, which isn't meant to be like an eat-in island. It's more like a put stuff on it island, which one of my aunts has. There's no seats at the island. It's just kind of like that, and they put out food on it, and people can like stand around and munch off of it at parties and stuff. And it's also just extra counter space to go ahead and work off of. So I thought that was kind of nice, and we end up opening up the wall over here because I had sectioned this off, I think originally for a closet in the hallway, but I didn't put that there. And so we made kind of like a little pantry in the kitchen, which I thought was really cool. We sized up some shelves here. and put a bunch of clutter objects in there, and I really like how it came out. We ended up putting one of the new items from Seasons on the bottom that has like plates and stuff in it. And my cat just jumped on top of something and is going to be really loud because I can't get through a voiceover without my pets interrupting, unfortunately. They're sweet though. But anyway, that's the item on the bottom that we end with the plates in it that I just moved out of the way. That's from Seasons. Everything else is from Base Game, and just adding a lot of clutter here. I think it's super cute. We had a cookie jar because that's super important. Although my family never had a cookie jar. Did your family have a cookie jar? I'm very jealous of you if you did. But that was just like a thing that I would see on TV all the time. That wasn't a real thing in my life. But yeah, this is pretty much the kitchen, just adding a couple little extra things. And then moving on into this dining room, which I think also came out really cute. I feel like the sizing of the rooms I have in this build came out like really accurate to like the sizing I wanted. I don't feel like I made the rooms way too big, which I feel like is a problem I have a lot in my builds. I feel like they were pretty good sizes this time, so I was really happy with that for a house this size, what size the rooms were. I went ahead and deleted some walls here because I really wanted to make this mirror a little bit lower than it would naturally go, so I had to raise it up on its own without the wall there because it would clip to its normal height. So I don't think that mirror is actually usable because of the height it's at, but there are mirrors throughout the house that are usable, so no worries on that. Plus, you're probably not gonna go like check yourself out in the mirror in the dining room anyway, but who knows? That you just can't with that one. Anyway, this is the table and chairs I chose. Like I said, most of this is Base Game. The curtains are from Seasons, and just adding some plants and chairs and stuff and making it look really cute. Honestly, every time I do a Base Game build, and I know this one's Base Game plus Seasons, but every time I do a Base Game build, I'm like so blown away by how cute some of the items are. I'm like, oh, we did actually get a decent amount of stuff with Base Game, which is really, really nice. And I feel like I was able to do quite a bit with it. So I was happy about that. And here we are trying to do landscaping. This is like one of the few times that I did landscaping like halfway through doing an interior. I never do that. I also had originally placed this on this lot in Newcrest because this lot is one I really, really like. But I ended up moving it to Windenburg because lately all I can do is build in Windenburg. I don't know why. Every house I build, I feel like it belongs in Windenburg. And so I moved it there in the end. So that's that. It's on this lot and then it moves lots and you'll see it happen. But we're just doing some of the landscaping now. Most of it I think I do well. We're still on this lot. And then once I move it to the other town, we finish it up and like extend some of the pathways because it's not like the same size lot anymore once we move it. But right now we're just filling up the front yard with lots of plants. We end up adding a pond later in the front once we move it, I believe. I don't, unless we put it, I can't remember if I put it here before or after I moved it to Windenburg. And I just built this morning. Like, what's going on? There it is. It's before. We're putting it down now. So that's the pond. It's a debug item that is placed in certain worlds so you can go fishing there. I just think it's a cute item and it's way more realistic looking than having like the fountain tool. So I decided to do that today and I think it came out pretty cute. And we're going to add some fencing in the front here, just very minimal fencing to add some bushes in front of. I just thought it would look nice and kind of frame the outside of the house a little bit better, and adding some trees and about to add this pathway that we're going to have to extend very, very soon. But just more of this gravel path, which I don't actually use the gravel all that much. And here we are in Windenburg, just extended that path, adding some more trees about, doing all the landscaping before I finish the interior, which I normally do the landscaping before I even approach the interior. So this was drastically different for me to do it like halfway through. But, you know, that's fine. Just doing new things, exploring the game more, and doing what feels right at the moment. And I don't know why I'm trying to make this deep and profound. I'm talking about decorating an interior halfway before doing landscaping in a build in The Sims. But, like, I don't know. I don't have any rhyme or reason as to why I did it that way. I just thought it was kind of odd because I never do it that way. Oh, now my cat's meowing and he's on top of a record player. This is going to be a noisy voiceover. Or maybe it's not. I really don't know. But my rabbit's also making noise right now, so We shall see if she makes an appearance in this one or not. But anyway, we used this bookcase from Seasons. I mean, everything is from Seasons or Base Game, with the exception of those awnings on the outside of the house. So there's not too many items to pick out and be like, this is from this item or from this pack. But I love this desk from Seasons. It is so cute. I think it has so much personality. And of course I had to use it because I wanted to use as much Seasons as I could, since that was the only expansion pack that we were using in this build. And we're just adding some more decoration. I really wanted the place to look like neatly lived in. I feel like that's a vibe I've been going for a lot lately. I want to make sure there's clutter, but like not too much. Although sometimes I really like when there's too much. I feel like I did that a lot with that garden shop I did a couple of weeks ago. There was so much stuff everywhere and I absolutely loved that. But I kept the bathrooms really simple, and I actually kept them in the build because this wasn't too long of a build. They're both very white and plain, and they just have some flowers or plant of some sort in there to give it a pop of color. Nothing too complicated. And then the hallway area, I just have like a nice little table. And did we add a mirror? Yeah. Usually it's a mirror, but I feel like there was one place that I was like, this should be a mirror, but I already have a mirror, so let's put something else. I think that was in the living room, though. We put a painting instead. And I'm also adding another painting in the hall here, and a place to wipe your feet when you're coming into the house. And then we're just kind of adding stuff into the sunroom here. And it's kind of just really simple. It's got a couple of benches and some planters to plant some plants in, because I figured, I mean, it is a functional greenhouse. Maybe you should have some plants in here, Seasons, all that good stuff. But I kind of wasn't imagining it as a full-on greenhouse, because I don't really think every house needs a greenhouse, but I feel like a lot of houses have a sunroom like that. So that's kind of what I wanted to include here. And now we're on the upstairs, and I feel like the hallway section at the top of the steps is a little bit of an awkward shape, but you have easy access to all the rooms and the outside balcony. So I feel like it works. It was just a little bit funky, but it ends up having 2 bedrooms. The master bedroom is actually fairly spacious, and the extra bedroom, which I made it into a teenager's room, has a decent amount of space itself, and I think they're both really nice rooms. I used this bed, which is not my favorite bed, but it's a bed I don't use that often, and it is a base game update bed. So I thought I would go ahead and give that a use here, and I end up using a Seasons bed in the other room. Also, those sections that I have like sectioned off, like 2x1 cubes, I left one of them and didn't fill it in with anything, because I had originally been thinking, oh, you know, a get-together closet could go there, but I ended up not using get-together, so, you know, I just left the block there because it made the room a better shape than having that extra awkward bit. So ignore that, or if you download this house, you can, you know, get rid of that or add a closet in there if you have get-together. I just didn't use Get Together in this build, so I didn't want to include that. But if you guys want to download this house, it should be on the gallery right now if you search Griffy or the hashtag MsGryphi. That's how you can find all of my creations, and that will also be in the description down below. We're using this Seasons bed that I love and can't stop using in here. I've never used this swatch before though, and I think it's a really pretty peachy color, so that was kind of a fun one to go ahead and use. And I added a mirror above the bed, and I know these have like blue drawers, but I thought they were like a really nice like pale blue, and then the wood color was really nice, so we used that same kind of, I don't know what color that is. I'm gonna say sandy wood because it's like looks kind of like the color of sand. So we used that in here, and I thought it was pretty cute. I tried using these curtains up there, but I didn't end up using them in the end. And we're just gonna add some clutter around the room. I think we add a guitar in here and a bookcase. And did we add a chair or something? A table and a desk. There we go. I mean, the table is a desk. Like a computer. I was just like, a table and a desk. Because in base game, we didn't have, or in Seasons, we didn't have like one square tile desks. So you had to use like a dining table for that. So that's what I went ahead and did. And we also added like a stereo and a television across from the bed. So you can, you know, hang out with your friends, watch some TV, listen to some music up in your room as a teenager. Because I know that's what teenagers did when I was like a kid. I don't know about when I was a teenager. I guess video games. I guess it really depends on which crowd you hang with, who your friends are. But this is the last bathroom in the house, and that should be pretty much it. We're just adding a couple of details outside, and then we'll be coming to the end of the video. I, of course, had to add the swing set because it came with Seasons, and it's like my favorite piece of equipment. Even though we don't have a kids room, that teenager at some point was a kid, so, you know, swing set. Also, adults and teens can definitely use the swing set in this game, so I don't see it being a problem. Anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to give this a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and turn on notifications to be notified of every single time I upload a video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you guys soon. Bye, everybody!